Yo, what's good, stream? We back with another vid slash stream. I don't know if my OBS is gonna be fully working. Not sure, but we got about 5 minutes till it's open, so let's just get right into it. Um, Coming off today or yesterday, coming into today sharp and efficient. We're focused on everything like we did not focus on, yesterday, and just looking, to bounce back. Take everything yesterday as a learning lesson, and other than that, we're not really worried. So right now, I'm just kind of getting a feel for where we're at and where the market possibly will stop. Market's gonna open in 4 minutes. Right now, we have a huge bullish SMT, so we're gonna be pretty patient, see if that SMT wants to develop. 5 minute gaps holding, 3 minute gaps looking to hold as well right here. So sort of just looking to see if we want to close out of one of these gaps. ES is looking to hold here, but we know that ES is the one that took the low. So other than that, that's kind of all we got for now. We don't got much, but we got news. So got this low, and then boom, internal low gets taken based upon this move right here. This move lines up pretty nice with buy side liquidity. So regardless of where the market is trying to head to, we know we got a lot of targets above, and we don't really have many targets beneath us, just besides this SMT. So if we want to manipulate lower, I'm sure we will, but we know we have this 4-hour low all the way down here, and huge fucking 1 hour right here. So we're gonna see this and look for that to hold so we can start looking lower. We're gonna look for that 1 hour to hold. So see what we do. Equilibrium is above us right here. All the way up there. Kind of want to see this 1 hour hold. And I want to see the market, obviously start heading back above. SMT, possibly stop this sell-off, and from there, that's pretty much it. So market's gonna open in a minute. We're gonna be extremely patient. No need to force nothing. Our model. Our model's our model, so it's nothing that we're not gonna be trying to fight it. So SMT below. We got a nice clean 3-minute change, pulled back to it. So a lot can happen here. I just want to see what the open got to show. So 5 minute is holding. See, ES is deep. I ain't gonna lie. ES is definitely deep. So we're not really in nothing on ES. We took weekly lows. Right here. Took equal lows, weekly lows. Have a bullish SMT in the market. So market open. Just gonna wait and see. NQ takes this internal low here. We're gonna see if ES wants to take it as well. ES takes it as well. It's right there. And we're just starting to sell off again. So I guess if, we want to head and run this SMT and it does not hold, then, we're not too worried. So we take the internal low. Also, I want to, wait super patient to see if we want to get a reversal move back to upside. So I think right now it's just about being patient and really seeing something that gives me a reason to go back higher. So I know based on the weekly chart, we got relative, equal lows down here. So yeah, it's nothing crazy. It really is a super far target, but shit, can't expect nothing out of this. So I mean, if we want to put this change in on ES, it's very confident to take it. I would just like to see NQ start picking up, but again, I'm not really too worried. But we take an internal low. Bam. So makes sense. 1 minute starting to hold. Got a 1 minute above us here. We're just a lot deeper on NQ. But we had an unfilled 1 hour, so I feel like that's what, is definitely going to hold us here. If we want to get back up higher, but we got to see like something happen inside of this, over the next just couple minutes. So I'm going to sit back patient, just wait. I'm taking everything higher time frame now. So if I want to see, a change, I kind of want to start seeing it on the 1 minute. So a 1 minute gap here. Inverse that, put in a change. Take the internal low. SMT at the lows too. We've been taking that. So, we're lacking displacement to the downside. So, I'm just gonna wait real quick. I'm gonna mute real fast. All right, word. So, pretty much just patient here. Super, just waiting. Like we're lacking that displacement. Like, yeah, we put in that change to the downside, got through a 5 minute gap, but we're lacking to just keep going lower. You look at ES. There really ain't nothing to target besides down here, which that's perfectly fine. But I just need something that's gonna clearly tell me we're going there. But obviously, I know like we have an SMT here, so if the SMT is really trying to hold, and we're trying to hold inside of this 1 hour, then we're gonna start getting a reversal and a retrace back up to the highs. So we know we had a bearish SMT here, but it's not that powerful, I could say, in a sense. It's not as, strong. Like that's all it did, And if we're gonna get back up, then this 1 hour, higher time frame SMT is gonna hold. So if we get through this gap on a 1 minute, I will look to trade this here. We already put in a change down here. So just based upon like how we're looking, I just want to see, a full move through the gap, but no need to jump it. Just gotta wait patient. Putting a change on NQ. Not NQ, kind of just gotta, pick up, get through this gap as well. And if we get through these gaps on the 1 minute, obviously this means that 1 hour is probably gonna start holding here. So I mean, like that's not clean. So we also put in the SMT here, and then here. So that's definitely the protected low. I just need this 1 minute to get inverse and validated, meaning like it's not holding no more. So like right now we're holding, and it's clear that we're holding this. So as soon as that works, or we get through that, then that puts in a 2 minute change. 1 minute gets invalid. 1 minute change gets put in. Stop goes at the SMT. Like I'll be confident in that. But if this gap keeps continuing to hold, then I won't take it. That's why I just want to wait for higher time frame. Like I'm not trying to jump to a 30-second, trade it, and like just not right now, not in this position. especially not with the price action. It's just not like, you know, it's not validating it. So still is not validating that. So it's still holding, still got a reason to, go lower still. Still got the SMT, still. Holding in this gap. Looking for that entry somewhere up here. Just tap a change. I like something like this, a change out. Like I said, I wouldn't really even want to take this shit to short against this bullish SMT. It's just really not, I'm not feeling that for him. So I'm feeling the inverse though, and a change for sure. So I'm gonna anticipate it. I'm gonna anticipate the change getting put in, and then if we put in the change, I will set a limit buy for 3. And Q starting to pick up. Just gonna buy 3 there. We're gonna pull back to the change, limit buy 2. Starting to get that displacement. Exactly what I want to see here. 3-minute change gets put in. 2-minute change gets put in. 1-minute change gets put in. 1 minute gets invalidated. Right there. Just gonna tighten up my risk to right about there. Now I'm just looking for something quick. Nothing too quick, far. I'll look to go break even up at this SMT high. That'll be a break even point in time. We know we got a 30-minute gap up here. So probably just target this 1 hour, like right here. Target the top of this 1 hour, even target the change in the state, this 1 hour change right here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hold this trade confidently. We know we're gonna break even inside of this gap. So we're just taking our model, and that's about it. We got the sign that we want to go back up bullish. So we wait patiently, and nothing else matters. We can get this risk a little bit tightened up here. No need to come back down there. So about 482 on this trade, $500 damn near, roughly. And we're targeting a 1 hour. 1 hour change right there. I really want to target the top of this 1 hour, so we're gonna put it right there. Be all out there. So this is the long position we're in right now. Stop originally was here, tightened it up, and then we are long to this 1 hour fair value gap. So bullish was obviously holding, and the gaps and the SMTs we were putting in, SMT gets put in, validates a change in the state. I don't think we need to pull back to this lower time frame change, and then we put in a model on every single time frame. So a 2-minute, a 3-minute, everything got validated. So the only thing that right now is about to get validated is this 5-minute. It was all in the same spot. So to me, that's super clean. I got the risk that I want on. Not gonna add to this trade. Just really looking to keep this consistent size on, to be honest. So to me, this is where I'm gonna hold here, be patient. Stop loss is right below the 1 minute inverse. I got nice risk on. So other than that, that's going to be the trade. We're just gonna let this play out. Again, I can see a strong rebalance. Like I'm talking even, much higher, like somewhere up here to buy side liquidity. But we're just gonna target this 1 hour. We're taking our fruit. I got pretty good size on this trade. Added really confidently. I mean, everything played out. Every single change played out. We even got the 5 minute. So everything, played out to my liking. So I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna let this trade just do its thing. We're protected under this 1 minute inverse. So we're not gonna look for it to trade back down too far. 3 minute gap, tiny 3 minute gap opened up right here. So we just pulled back to top of that inverse as well. So we're gonna start kind of, seeking legs out of this trade very shortly, and then, look to go break even. So break even marks right there, and yeah. So that's a 3 minute right there. It is holding, but anything right here, this predicament can, send us. Gonna remove that 1 minute, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it gets invalidated, well, just about. Not really in nothing, too special. So it's just one of those things where just be patient and wait. Gotta let these trades develop. So full pullback to that change. We're not in that 30 minute even yet. So, obviously we take this high. That's why we're going to go break even inside this 30 minute. We take the high inside the 30, but we're still looking for a confident, just pullback of the 4 hour candle, even if we want to displace lower. Got buy side inside of a 1 hour. So we got a lot of confident targets above us. So just gotta let price action, do the rest of that. Want to see what NQ starts to look like here as well. NQ changes on the 2 minute, the 1 minute. So not the 3 minute though. 3 minute change would have been all the way up here. 5 minute change all the way up here. But still got a clean model on both of the indexes. And after invalidating that one, we, started seeking higher after that, put in a nice clean change. So again, gotta wait for the price to pick up. Everything doesn't just go to targets right away. You gotta be having your stop loss in a very consistent area. But I'll be looking for break even, and I'll be looking to see, price pick up inside of this macro, this 20 minute window. So it's kind of where I would like to see, price start heading towards the real direction that it wants to go to. again, confident size, you know, took the stab that I was confident in. We go break even when this gets fully met, and that's pretty much it. We're not asking for too much here. So stop can even go below this 3 minute that we filled. So now we can tighten that up to right there because there's really no need to, fully make it way back down there. So we got 250 on this trade at the moment. And we're just looking for that continuation. So break even got met. We're inside this 30 minute. We're looking to see, us get through that. Stop is above or below this move right there. Only reason I'm not taking off is because obviously if we want to get through here, we are going to, head higher. That's what it looks like right here. We took that high. There is no 30 minute on NQ. So there is no real reason to kind of just, take the high and go back lower. I think we would want to rebalance a little bit more than that. But if I look here from the buy side level to sell side level, perfectly in EQ equilibrium. So just gonna look for, that expansion move, but other than that, I might be all out just based upon, I want to secure my profits and, you know, we traded a really good trade. We took a really good trade at the end of the day. So I'll look for, the first gap to hold. I'll look for this 1 minute to hold if we want to, stay in this trade. But now we're break even. Nothing really else matters. We got this 1 minute to hold as well. So we got a 2 minute right there. But like I said, we're looking for, these gaps to hold. We're break even. So other than that, doesn't really matter what happens. Again, like I said, I'm looking for a strong follow through those gaps and for us not to return. But this was a perfect break even, point. So this is that high right here. We'll seek for that to, get invalidated on NQ. But we're looking for NQ to at least, reach this 1 hour. So would have been break even there on NQ. 1 minute starting to look like it's holding. 2 minute, 3 minute opening up. So with that, we got confident, stuff in our favor. But no, we're gonna stay break even. Again, I said, should not matter. Or if we stay break even here, then we are allowed to just observe and be the observers that we're trying to be. So as soon as we get up into this 1 hour on NQ, if we are heading there, then I'll be fully out. I'll take it based upon where NQ is. So obviously I'm looking for that continuation move. Not gonna be looking for a full TP to get met here. Do not care. But if NQ is starting to reach for that and grab for that liquidity up there, I will be, out. So we are looking to, get through that 30 minute though. We're not looking like we're holding all crazy. So it's a good bullish sign. No gaps in the way. Not even a 15 minute. So take that, right? And then that's pretty much it. So, we trade back down. But other than that, like I said, we're gonna be fully observing this trade. We would have went break even there. At this break even level, there's really nothing though in our way. So if we're break even, like I said, we just get to, watch this trade fully play out, develop. So that is the, consistent trade right there. Super clean. Just looking for, that final finishing move. It's 1 hour high to get taken. We're gonna run for it. I know that just because there's a wide open gap there. There's orders left right there. So we are going to run for that. But it's about when. Still got, 15 minutes inside of this macro. A lot more, price needs to still develop. We obviously got our draw correct, though. Our break-even point was, clean. Again, I want to see what NQ wants to do here. If we want to start reaching for that up there on NQ. Inside the 3 minute at the moment. We're inside of this gap, so a rebalance definitely, has to play out here. But we'll be looking to see all the gaps in favor to hold, so. We're not necessarily displacing, we're just rebalancing, so. We're not really opening up gaps on, the time frame, lower time frame we are, but again, I'm not too worried about it. Break even trade, so. Cool going into the day and, losing nothing for real, for real. Like, that's better than, losing all that, right? Other than that, today's a great Thursday. Looking for NQ, inside of this macro as well to put that, that stamp on that joint, like really head for that. As soon as, like I said, as soon as we start heading for it, we know that's the confident draw on every time frame that's a high. So 5 minute, 15 minute, it's opening, 30 minute, high inside of a 30 minute. You feel me? All makes sense. 1 hour, it's the opening. So everything has a reason for why I'm targeting that on each of the index. And I'm just not taking off because I know that's where we're possibly going to grab through. And if we can get through this 30 minute, which, we got halfway through, then this new 4 hour candle opens up. Possibly we expand towards it and make that run. So that is exactly where, it's starting to look like. And Q is definitely a bit closer. So just going to exit fully there. Do not care. Up 77.70 on the day. I know we're probably going to run for that. So boom. At the end of the day, we had great risk on. We were break even. So cannot complain. Bam. Take our screenshot. We walk away. Like I said, that's a bounce back day from yesterday. We just stayed patient. We looked for what we wanted to see. And at the end of the day, trading is about, securing your profits. So you could be up whatever. That shit can reverse on you. And, nothing is certain. But I literally was just saying yesterday, what's certain is right in front of you. So if I'm up X amount, I know I put on, 400 something, and I already damn near doubled it. I doubled it when it was peak, right up here. I doubled that, right? But then I tightened up my wrist to now about 250. So now I tripled my bread because I'm tightening up my wrist, and then boom, now I'm break even watching a free trade. I'm gonna take what's in front of me. I'm gonna, take damn near $800 win. So other than that, pretty big, bounce back day. Way to secure profits, walk away on the day. Not that we got to walk away green, but we walked away following every single rule. And I'm not mad at myself for closing early. So, if I was like, fuck, I should have just held, then I'd be a little, obviously upset with myself. But other than that, super happy with today. That's pretty much going to wrap it up. We'll have a video out probably, depends. But thank you all for watching. See y'all tomorrow. And yeah, that'll be the end of the week. So let's just keep this up, keep this streak going.